Let's take this seriously. The story of the Spirit Eagles is an ensemble slice of life and sports series that follows the lives of a female university soccer team named the Spirit Eagles from Green Hill University in Miami, Florida, as they manage life on and off the soccer field while trying to rebuild Green Hill University's reputation regarding women's soccer and understand how committed each of them are to the sport of soccer, despite most of them not wanting to become professional soccer players. The story's main topics includes understanding what it means to put your all into something, even if it's not connected to your career or main passion, the element of sacrifice when it comes to being a team player, and analyzing the idea that sports such as soccer can do more than just create professional players. Let's take this seriously. Book 1. Prologue. Unknown 1. The United States of America, USA, Florida FL, Miami. My Green Hill University GHU, Park Area, January 18th, 2028, 9:30 p.m. Just when I thought this day couldn't get any worse, I find myself running out of my dorm, crying and fleeing the scene. The only thing on my mind right now was trying to locate Duchess as fast as possible. Crying. "Duchess!" I yelled. "Duchess, where are you?" After about 10 minutes of searching, I finally took a break under a tree. I sat down, hugged my knees, put my back to the tree, and attempted to wipe my tears dry. With night falling and the tree's shadow, I felt like I had vanished from sight. With all classes done for the day, the campus had become a ghost town. Wiping tears. "Stupid," I barked. "I knew this would happen. What am I even doing here? Why did I even come here?" I had to pause, beating myself into the dirt with words as a soccer ball suddenly rolled up next to me. As I looked up, I noticed a woman in a coach's uniform approach me. From the looks of this woman, she appeared dead serious. "Sorry about that." The woman spoke as she approached me and picked up her soccer ball. "The ball got caught in the wind. Hope I wasn't interrupting anything." Since I was in no mood to have company, I put my head down and tried to tell this woman to take a hike. "No, you didn't," I claimed. "You can leave now." "You sure about that?" the woman interrogated. "Looks to me you're not in the best state. You know, even though there are cameras everywhere, that doesn't mean it's safe to be out on campus late at night. So are you planning on heading to one of the dorms or leaving the campus?" And so it seemed I was cornered and had to come clean. "I'm not going to leave the campus," I claimed. "And I can't go back to my dorm." "Why not?" the woman questioned. "I just had a fight with my roommate, Katie Harper," I answered. "You see, I found a kitty that was abandoned, and I took it back to my dorm to take care of it. However, once Katie discovered it, she scolded me for bringing in a cat without anyone's permission, and the kitty I named Duchess got scared, ran off, and outside of the dorm. Since Duchess was so small, I was scared that I wouldn't be able to find her before something bad happened. Me and Katie ended up arguing," I continued, "and she started calling me a feral beast. Luckily, the girls that lived next to us came into the room and intervened before our fight turned physical. After Katie told me I wasn't fit to live with humans, I ran off." Now that I explained my story, all I could do is see how this woman acted. "Well, that's uncalled for," the woman protested. "You don't look or act like a feral beast to me. You look like a girl with a lot of heart just trying to fit in as best she could despite her past." The woman presented me with the soccer ball for reasons I couldn't yet understand. "Tell you what, Miss Maritime," the woman added. "Let's make a deal. I'll help you deal with your roommate, find your cat, and I'll also use this soccer ball to help you fit in. In return, you help me maintain this university's winning streak. What do you say?" Of all the things this woman had mentioned, I couldn't help but notice one odd element. "Maritime?" I questioned. "Wait, how do you know my last name?" "Long story short," the woman commented, "I've been wanting to talk to you for a while. Remember a week ago when you were walking by the soccer field and used your natural skills to stop a soccer ball from hitting someone and then firing it back? Despite the short time frame, that whole event was basically lost in my memory until this woman brought it up." "Maritime," the woman continued. "I don't want you to waste your skills, so I want you to help me help you to prove to the world you're not a feral beast. I'm not asking you to go pro, but I am asking you to take this seriously. What do you say?" Originally, I came to this university not knowing what to major in. All I knew is I wanted to find a place where I belong, as a former feral child that was found abandoned deep in the wilderness of Florida and who lost her parents. I don't have many options compared to other people. Without a clear future, and in my current state, it wasn't that difficult for me to be convinced that this ball might change my life. But I don't know how to play soccer, I informed. For the first time since I met this woman, she managed to crack a smile. That's fine, the woman assured. To me, teaching soccer is child's play. It's when trying to create a serious or professional player that it becomes a challenge. By the way, call me Coach Charlotte Lincoln. Game 1, The Life of Soccer Stars, October 7, 2032. Coach Sarah Jane Maritime, Blizzard Wind, USA, Florida, My, GHU, Sports Building SB, Sarah Jane's office, 6 p.m. Before I could retire for the night, I first had to take the time to look at the A-team roster, as well as all my chest pieces I had lined up on the soccer field diagram on my marker board. Thankfully, I had my loyal companion by my side, which is my pet Turkish van cat named Duchess. Table Spirit Eagles, the A-team roster. Now that I set up my pieces into their first position, I imagine how a game would play out with all these pieces in my latest method of attack, which made me smile. What an elegant game plan, I rejoiced. Don't you think so, Duchess? Duchess takes a moment to look at my diagram. She then stares at me and meows. In my mind, I interpret it as her asking, are you ever going to use different titles for the positions? Due to the positions of soccer being able to be divided into multiple specific sections, there was more than one way to hand out positions on a team. Oh, come on, Duchess, I requested. You should know me better than that. I prefer dividing the positions in 4 main categories instead of using fancy titles like sweeper and winger. When I played soccer for Greenhill University, I didn't want to be a center forward. I just wanted to be a forward who was focused on helping her team get a goal. To this day, I can imagine the adrenaline rush that came from charging at my enemies with other forwards, while the midfielders, defenders, and the goalie of my team are behind me, ready to act. These vague positions, I explained, gives more freedom to my team, which allows them to interpret how to make the most of their positions and create their own unique position. Don't you think that's a lot more thrilling than a coach handing a position like a sweeper that comes with a specific set of rules? Already, Duchess waved the white flag of defeat by lifting her left palm and then planting it quickly on the ground. Glad to know we agree. I cheered. Now all that's left to do is put this new plan into action. I had to pause my conversation with Duchess there as I got a call from the assistant coach, Willow Carter. Phone, talk to me, I requested. Phone. I'm heading home, Willow informed. I trust you can handle the rest of today's work without me. Even though Willow knew what I was going to say, she still insisted on asking me. Phone. Don't worry, Willow, I assured. I got everything under control. I got a new game plan all set and ready to put into place. To give my arm a break, I placed my phone on my desk and set it on speaker. Phone/speaker. And what about the team? Willow interrogated. The A-team hasn't been together since that incident after our last loss. Before replying, I decided to collapse in my chair and put my feet on my desk. Oh, that, I teased. I haven't talked to any members of the A-team since the incident. I wanted to give each of them their space. The last thing the team needs is to think we're trying to put words in each of their mouths. Despite our polar opposite personalities, me and Willow did have an idea of how the other thinks. Phone/speaker. True, Willow agreed. But still, I'm starting to question if it's about time we cut someone from the team to avoid this issue again. Sarah Jane, you know more than anyone that this team you put together is quiet the handful. Most of the girls on the A-team aren't even considering going pro. As Willow explained her argument, Duchess leaped into my lap and I began to rub her head. And that's a problem? I challenged. Willow, I think you're thinking too small. Our jobs as coaches are more than just trying to make professional athletes. Our first priority as teachers is to mold the minds of our students so they can become better people. Phone/speaker. I know, Willow assured. It's just we can't ignore the elephant in the room. The university's female soccer team hasn't had the best track record in the past couple years. It's gotten to the point where the current president asked you to come back to campus so you could help the university redeem itself. As Willow reminded me of my mission, I looked up at the mammoth-size framed photo of me from my youth playing soccer as a spirit eagle with the number 0 on my uniform. Under the photo, there was a caption. Within that caption, I focus on 2 specific words, which are blizzard wind. The university's current president, Willow continued, has given you a lot of freedom to make this new team what you want it to be. Judging from who you have chosen as the starting lineup, it's obvious you really took a gamble with this team. It's like you created the living definition of a crazy concoction. Following the end of Willow's claims, I decided to have some fun by firing a rubber dart at a board on the wall. That is the idea, I explained. Willow, you need to keep this in mind. The reason I love soccer is because its basic formula and lack of fancy tools makes it, in my opinion, the ideal sport for new athletes to try out. The sport is so ideal from my point of view that I believe even a team mostly made of players who see no future at a professional level could succeed and become champions. I paused for a moment to take a sip of my tea and reflect on when I first started out playing soccer. When I was on the field, I continued. With my old team, it didn't matter to us which career path we were heading down, because when we're playing, we had the same focus, which was to win, make all our supporters proud, and take soccer seriously. That level of unity is something I fear has died off on this campus, and it's only right that someone brings that ideal back to life. Although Willow didn't agree with all of my ideals, she was at least willing to hear me out and test them to see if I was right. Sarah Jane, Willow warned, you better pray you resurrect this ideal from the dead, because your reputation, like many others, are on the line. I'll see you in the morning. End of phone call. So Willow ended the call, leaving me to let her warning sink in. Deep breath. Son of a... I commented. Duchess, we really have our work cut out for us. We have to deal with making Queen Bee, Elephant Tank, Miss Universe, the General, the Mysterious Playmaker, Featherweight, Golden Goose, the Crown, 14, Heart Skipper, Lady Wolf, and all members of the Bee team into a successful team. This is quite the task. You think we can pull it off? Duchess let out a yawn, revealing her fangs, then jumped out of my lap and started to rub my leg. From those actions, I translated it to, I'm ready for battle, and I'm here for you. That's what I like to hear, I added. Guess all we can do now is try and give 110%. Part 31, Novel Series,